And it's go. Beautiful start by Mansell. Rosberg is ahead of Piquet. Dust flying up, and now it's Nigel Mansell leading. Piquet coming up into second position. Sura into third place, ahead of Senna. And in the second Williams, Keke Rosberg is behind, and the Brabants are making up places, and I saw Marshall's running forward there. Mansell sprinting away, then it's Piquet. De Angelis is up.
Well, that was terrible camera work, I'm afraid, because there was a lot of pushing and banging going on. Out of the picture, we saw a car flying off, heading for catch fencing then, but we couldn't identify who it was. Unfortunately, they went into a tight shot, just as they should have been on a wide one.
Well, it's Nigel Mansell consolidating that position of his, but as you can see, as the race develops, there is Rosberg going for Senna. Now, here is Nigel Mansell, sparks coming from the titanium skid plates, then it's Piquet second, De Angelis third, Keke Rosberg in fourth place. And look at the picture now, and you'll see that in sixth position, it's Niki Lauda. Niki Lauda was comparatively well up on the grid in comparison with Prost. He was a place ahead of him, eighth, and through goes Rosberg past De Angelis.
Yes, Rosberg getting a good tow down the long straight, and he's giving us quite a charge. So Rosberg has now dispatched both the Lotuses, and Mansell holding that little bit of a lead, and Rosberg challenging hard now. King on the straight, got the tow, he's got the run at Nelson Piquet. Both these cars are very fast in a straight line, but of course Rosberg had the slingshot, and he's through.
Through into second position, and on lap 5 it's Nigel Mansell leading. Rosberg is in second place, Piquet is down to third. In fourth place it is Elio De Angelis. In fifth place it is Ayrton Senna, and in sixth place it's Niki Lauda. So now look now at Keke Rosberg, and it's obvious that all the development work that the Honda concern have done on their V6 turbocharged engines is paying off.
And one of the Brabhams is slowed. That's Nelson in trouble. Nelson Piquet slowed right down, pulled off to the inside. So Nelson Piquet, sadly, a short race for him. Both Brabhams out now.
And it's not going to be Brabham's day. And look at the two Williams cars together, with Rosberg challenging for the lead on lap 8. Rosberg going through and taking Nigel Mansell. So Keke Rosberg in the Williams Honda leads. Nigel Mansell down to second place. Up to third position has come Ayrton Senna. Down to fourth, Elio De Angelis. Then in fifth position now it's Prost, and in sixth position, Niki Lauda.
Oh, and trouble for the Williamses.
Off goes Rosberg in the lead, and through into the lead now goes Nigel Mansell. Rosberg at Crowthorne Corner, which is where Beloff went off last year. There used to be a bank there, now there's sand, and it's lucky for Rosberg. There he goes, Keke Rosberg back into the race, but how is he in relation to Ayrton Senna, who was third, and Elio De Angelis, who are fourth? And on lap 16, it is still in the lead. Nigel Mansell chased by second, Alain Prost. Third, Niki Lauda. In fourth position, Elio De Angelis. Fifth, and there he is behind De Angelis, Keke Rosberg. Up to sixth position now has come Stefan Johansson.
I'm just looking at Rosberg's right front tyre. It looks as if he might have a blister on it.
And look, Rosberg, really flying, is now ahead of De Angelis in fourth place.
Rosberg now past De Angelis at the end of the straight, braked in there, or rather drafted past him on the straight. And there is Rosberg coming into the pits. So Rosberg, I strongly suspect this will be tyres. Rosberg had been dropping back and in trouble. So that's moved De Angelis back up to fourth position, but I have a feeling that we may well see De Angelis in for a similar thing. Oof, nearly stalled it, but a very good tidy pit stop by the Williams mechanics.
And do you remember how Keke Rosberg went after he changed tyres in the Grand Prix of Europe after he'd hit Nelson Piquet? The answer is he went like a rocket. Well, he's on fresh tyres now. and we could well expect to see Rosberg doing a charge at Kyalami. And on lap 27 out of 75, you see the first three almost together. De Angelis into the pits in 4th position. Now
And you could see the holes from the blisters on that right front tyre as they took it away. You could see the tyre blistered sufficiently badly, which is what you could see earlier when he was running, and he had trouble getting it moving.
where is Keke Rosberg, you may be wondering, and the answer, then in 4th position, he is 43 seconds behind this battle for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Now, is Prost going to come in? No.
No, yes, but it's Nicky who's come in, so Lauda's come in first. That may have been preordained with pit signals, because a team obviously has to have a set of guidelines for the drivers pre-arranged, so that to avoid the disaster of them both coming in at once, because the team is not, well, that causes great panic. We think Prost will be in on the next lap, and that means that Rosberg will be in touch when all is said and done. Not a particularly quick stop for Nicky.
In comes Prost, and now we'll see how his pit time compares. About 9 seconds is a very good stop. Start the stopwatch. The pneumatic hammers go on, the tyres and wheels come off, the new ones are all ready to be banged on. Up go the mechanics' hands, which mean tyre and wheel on and wheel nut tightened up. This is a long pit stop. They can't get the left rear on.
Yes, big problem with the left rear, and a very slow stop for Prost.
Mansell comes into the pits. Now this is the most critical pit stop of the race. Remember that Prost took 16 seconds. Rosberg, if my memory serves me, took about 9. Mansell sitting quite calmly there. Not at all bad. Lauda looks as though he's out of the race, slowing right down, or did he just miss a gear and stop? Niki Lauda seems to be coming into the pits. This is going to absolutely transform the race. It's removed a lot of the pressure from Nigel Mansell in one go. 108.274, and that is a lap record. Well, Keke Rosberg, who we haven't seen for a long time, is now only 7.5 seconds behind Prost, and he's on lap 68, as are the first two. Keke Rosberg, this Finnish charger, and that is the best way to describe him. The man with, I think, the most incredible reflexes is on his way, going for second and catching Prost fast.
At this rate, he's got a good chance of catching his teammate Nigel Mansell as well. So look at this for a really fine charge by Rosberg. He's, if anything, he's been a little bit of trouble for himself by charging too much in the early part of the race. I suspect his second tyre stop after he just put on a new set halfway through was because he charged too hard too early on the new tyres and ruined them. But he's got it all right now, and he's giving us a really fabulous display.
And you can ignore the caption. That 4-second caption is history. It's a visual gap now. There is Prost. Ahead of them, Nigel Mansell. They are on lap 70, coming up to complete it. This is the 200-mile-an-hour plus descent to Crowthorne Corner. They're in top gear. This is where they change down into second. This is the battle for second and third. And Prost looks in his mirror and he sees that Keke Rosberg is right behind him as they approach the barbecue bend, right-hander. Up into 5th gear. Over the curbing goes Rosberg. He's using every inch of the circuit and more. To the Yunkskai sweep, that's it. Down to Sunset Bend, the right-hander. Here it is. It looks as though it's soon going to be, possibly at the end of this lap, or certainly at Crowthorne next time, a Williams first and second, and it is! Because now, with Rosberg ahead, Williams leads and Williams second. 3 laps to go at the end of this one, which Rosberg is just approaching, and there is Mansell. Now we can see what the gap is as Rosberg comes down into Crowthorne with 3 laps to go, including the one that they're on. The gap was 9 seconds. It's now just over 7. And as you see, Rosberg, with that speed of 134.5 miles an hour, has shattered the lap record, and he's going to blow it again on this one, surely. He's round Crowthorne Corner for the last time now, into the barbecue bend. Keke Rosberg is catching him. It's going to be a tremendously close finish, but 7 seconds is going to be more than enough. Nigel Mansell crosses the line. There is the flag marshal. It looked to me as though he missed Nigel Mansell and crossed his touring. But Nigel Mansell has won. Keke Rosberg there is in second place.